So picture this. It's my first day at a new job, and I walk into the office, bright-eyed, coffee in hand, and dead silence. I mean, I don't know anyone, and the thought of just randomly talking to someone, terrifying.
I get it. It's like you want to make a great first impression, but you're standing there thinking, what do I even say?
Exactly. But then I remembered this tip, a simple, "Hi, how's your day going?" And you know what? It worked. One question, and suddenly I'm chatting about weekend brunch spots. Like, who knew it could be that easy?
Right? Those simple icebreakers? Total game changers. But at the same time, that first step can still feel, I don't know, overwhelming. I mean, a lot of people freeze up just because they don't want to say the wrong thing.
Oh, for sure. But that's kind of what we're here for, right? To demystify this whole starting a conversation thing. And honestly, there's no perfect line. It's all about connection. Like one of my go-tos, compliments, something like, "I love your jacket. Where'd you get it?"
Yeah, that works. Because everyone appreciates a genuine compliment. But you know what's also cool? Observational comments, like pointing out something interesting in the environment. Maybe you're at a conference and you comment on how great the coffee smells. Bam, instant conversation starter.
Ooh, I like that. It's low pressure, but super effective. And it's funny, once you have a few lines ready, you realize it's not as intimidating as it seems. But James, what about those moments when someone doesn't bite? Like, you try and they give you this polite, "Oh, cool."
Ah, the polite shutdown. Yeah, that happens, but, it's not a reflection on you. The key is to have a variety of approaches. Maybe switch gears. Ask about their day, their work, or even something light like, "What's your go-to music?" The idea is to create opportunities for them to open up.
Totally. I mean, even just asking for their opinion can get the ball rolling. People love sharing what they think, like, "Hey, what's your take on this playlist they're playing?" It's easy, natural.
Right, and it shows you're interested. At the end of the day, most people don't remember the exact words you used. They remember how you made them feel. If they felt heard or appreciated, that's what sticks.
Love that. So, for anyone listening who feels stuck, just start small. Pay a compliment, ask a simple question, or make an observation. The goal isn't to have the perfect conversation, but to take the pressure off yourself. So, here's the thing. I was at this networking event, thinking about all these conversation starters we just talked about. And of course, there's that usual scene. People with awkward stares, clutching their drinks like it's some kind of safety net.
Oh yeah, classic.
Right? Anyway, I was feeling pretty out of place. But then I decide to ask this guy, if you could relive one day from the past year, which would it be? Totally random, I know, but he lights up and starts telling me about this beach vacation with his family. And suddenly, we're talking about travel hacks and his favorite surf spots.
That's great. I mean, that kind of question, something open-ended and a little unexpected, it just opens the door for a meaningful connection. You gave him a chance to share something personal.
Exactly. And that's why I love open-ended questions. They're like conversation magic. It's not just yes or no, it's inviting someone to tell a story. And honestly, it makes the whole thing feel less forced.
Right, and it makes them feel heard. Actually, that reminds me of a time I asked someone, "What's the best compliment you've ever received?" It was simple, but it really got them thinking. They ended up sharing this heartfelt story about their art teacher encouraging them to pursue painting. It was, wow, you could just see how much it meant to them.
Oh, I love that. It's those little questions that open up so much. And you know what's cool? It also takes the pressure off you to carry the conversation.
Exactly, because at its core, good conversation isn't about being the most interesting person in the room. It's about showing genuine curiosity. And honestly, whether you're asking about their day or their dream vacation, it's always the intent behind the question that matters.
Totally agree. So one takeaway for everyone listening, you don't need to overthink it. Focus on open-ended questions, listen actively, and just see where the conversation flows.
Thinking about all those open-ended questions we just talked about, it's kind of surprising to learn this. Almost 65% of people say they avoid social events because they just don't know how to start a conversation. Wild, right?
Wait, really? That many?
Exactly, and it makes sense, though. It's that fear of saying the wrong thing, or, I guess, being ignored. But here's the thing. Most people are too caught up in their own worries to really judge you.
Right. That's why I think leading with confidence, even if you're freaking out a little inside, makes such a huge difference. One of my go-tos is something like, "This playlist is awesome. Who chose it?" Simple, but it gets people talking. It's like everyone has an opinion about music, you know?
Totally. Music's a great one because it's something almost everyone connects with. Another one I love is, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be? It's got that mix of curiosity and, well, just enough quirk to keep it interesting.
Oh, yeah, I like that. It's thought-provoking, but not intimidating. Actually, I once asked someone, "What's a skill you've always wanted to learn?" And we ended up nerding out about woodworking for like 20 minutes. It was awesome.
And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be this perfect, life-changing question every time. Even something as simple as, "What's your favorite ice cream flavor?" can lead to some fun back and forth. It's more about the connection you create.
Exactly. And sometimes you just need to read the room, you know? Like if you're at a casual get-together, saying something funny can totally set the tone. One I've used before. "So, what's the most ridiculous thing you've seen on the internet this week?" Hands down, one of the best icebreakers I've ever tried.
Oh, that's brilliant. And it works because it's such a universal experience. Who doesn't scroll through memes or see something wild every now and then?
Right? Plus, it's lighthearted. I feel like so much of being the life of the party is just not taking yourself too seriously and, letting the conversation evolve naturally.
Absolutely. It's not about being the loudest or most outgoing person in the room. It's about engaging others in a way that feels genuine and easy. And honestly, if someone's not into the conversation, that's okay too. It's not a reflection of you.
Exactly. So for anyone listening, just remember, the key is to keep it simple and show you're interested. Whether it's a funny observation, an open-ended question, or even a random quirky thought, it's all about breaking the ice in your own way. So thinking about everything we've just talked about, how it's all about keeping things simple and reading the room, let's recap some of those go-to tools for starting a conversation. Whether it's a compliment, a fun and quirky question, or just a lighthearted observation, these are your secret weapons to get people talking.
Yeah, and I think what stands out most is how versatile they can be. Like, we talked about starting simple, like, "How's your day going?" Or even just noticing something in the environment, like, I don't know, the art on the walls. It's the little things that open the door for more meaningful interaction.
Totally. Oh, and we also touched on the importance of open-ended questions. Stuff like, "What's the best day you've had this year?" Or, "What's a skill you've always wanted to learn?" Those kinds of questions keep the conversation flowing and make people feel more comfortable opening up.
Right, and they make it easier for you too, not having to come up with all the answers yourself. Plus, they show genuine curiosity, which, honestly, is the backbone of any great conversation. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing you care.
Exactly. And we can't forget about humor. Like you said, asking something like, "What's the most ridiculous thing you've seen on the internet this week?" can totally break the ice. It's light, it's fun, and it works in so many situations.
And that ties into one of the most important takeaways, reading the room. Knowing when to keep it casual or when to go a little deeper, like asking about someone's favorite compliment or a personal experience that really stuck with them.
Totally agree. At the end of the day, it's all about building connections, making people feel heard and appreciated. And honestly, you don't need 100 different lines. Just a few go-tos, like compliments, observations, and questions, can make you feel way more confident in any social setting. So, building on that idea of making connections, what's your go-to conversation starter? I mean, those first few moments can really set the tone. Whether it's a compliment, an observation, or a quirky question, it's all about just being present in the moment.
Yeah, and don't forget, which one worked best for you? Maybe you've even got your own favorite conversation starter we didn't mention. We'd seriously love to hear it.
Exactly. Share it with us. It might just make it into a future episode.
Oh, and if you liked what you heard, it'd mean a ton if you subscribed, left a review, or even just dropped a comment. It helps us, and honestly, we love connecting with you guys.
Absolutely. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. The more the merrier, right?
Right. So, on that note, thanks for hanging out with us today. It's always a blast chatting with you.
It really is. Until next time, have fun starting those awesome conversations, and we'll see you soon.